Hello and welcome to TTV News broadcast on TayNinhTV newspaper and radio television with the latest event in TayNinhTV province and across the country. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2025, TayNinhTV province is placing strong emphasis on strategic communication efforts to support and accompany its socio-economic development goals. The province is implementing a range of solutions to raise public awareness, share public opinions, and build confidence among citizens and businesses to foster a safe environment for production and business activities.
According to the plan, the communication efforts will focus on mobilizing resources to create a broad social consensus and strengthen public and business confidence in the policies and strategies adopted to the government and the provincial authorities. The information content will align closely with directives from the central government, Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, and TayNinhTV Provincial People's Committee. The key messaging will highlight achievements and breakthroughs in economic development and the social welfare assurance, while also proactively countering misinformation and distortions. Communication activities will be implemented across the diverse platforms such as press, radio, television, grassroots information system, and social media, and also external communication aimed at promoting TayNinhTV's potential accomplishments and image. The Department of Culture, Sports and Tourism will take the lead in implementation in coordination with the affairs of the Provincial People's Committee, the Provincial Party Propaganda and Mass Mobilization Department, and relevant departments, the state and the community level authorities, and various media outlets. And these communication tasks will be carried out throughout the 2025 with a strong focus on policy communication, timely information dissemination, and guidance and support for the citizens and businesses to actively engage in production and labor, and thereby contributing to the province's overall growth.
In 2025, TayNinhTV province is setting its sights on further improving its provincial competitiveness index (PCI), aiming to maintain its place among the top province in terms of economic governance across the country. This is expected to create a strong momentum for investment attractions and support sustainable development.
According to the 2024 PCI report, the former Long province scored 72.64 points, ranking third nationwide, first in the Mekong Delta region, and second in the country in terms of consistent reform efforts over 2 decades of PCI implementation. Previously, former TayNinhTV province also achieved 68.78 points, placing it among the top 30 provinces and cities with good governance quality. To maintain and improve its ranking, TayNinhTV's 2025 plan emphasizes streamlining administrative procedures, standardizing and publicizing 100% of procedures related to business, land, investment, and construction, enhancing online public services, integrating data systems between government agencies to reduce costs and time for businesses. In addition, the province will promote decentralization, hold leaders accountable, and foster innovation and flexibility in policy implementation. TayNinhTV affirms that improving the PCI is a strategic, ongoing task closely tied to administrative reform, digital transformation, and socio-economic development, aimed at strengthening its competitive edge and attracting more investment in the near future.
Efforts in developing growing areas and sub-supply chains have brought many positive signals for TayNinhTV province agricultural products, having local goods readily access more demanding markets.
And as of September 2025, TayNinhTV province has placed nearly 400 growing area codes with a total area of over 16,300 hectares and ready for export to many straight markets. Notably, dragon fruits, the lamb, durian, and many other fruits now have their roll codes, opening more doors for the local products to reach the global market. Additionally, about 180 parking facility codes are currently active, with nearly 170 for export to China and over 10 for other international markets. Besides, the application of VIET-GAP standards is also being promoted. Over 3,400 hectares of agricultural land and hundreds of thousands of livestock and poultry have been certified to meet the standards. And TayNinhTV province has also built 41 safe food supply chains with an annual output of nearly 200 100,000 tons, helping the province agricultural products gradually establish a solid foothold in domestic and also international distribution systems.
The audience amidst the increasingly strong development of the comprehensive friendship and cooperation between Vietnam and Cambodia, cross-border trade activity have become an important driver of economic growth, job creation, and improved living standards for people in border areas. There are urgent needs that contribute to consolidating long-term, stable, and comprehensive cooperation between the two countries.
Cambodia, as a neighboring country, holds a strategic position in Vietnam's trade landscape, serving as a transportation gateway and transit hub within the Mekong sub-region. In recent years, Vietnam and Cambodia have signed various bilateral cooperation agreements, creating a legal framework and favorable conditions to promote cross-border trade. These agreements not only establish a solid legal foundation, but also contribute to the development of border gate infrastructure, border markets, warehouses, and logistics services. As a result, custom clearance times have been shortened, supply chain connectivity has been improved, and trade activities between the two countries has become more efficient. At the Vietnam-Cambodia Business Connection Conference for Production, Distribution, and Logistics, co-hosted by Vietnam Ministry of Industry and Trade, Tây Ninh Provincial Business Committee, and Cambodian Ministry of Commerce on September 13, several solutions were proposed to see the opportunities arising from the expansion of cross-border trade. According to the delegates, connecting producers, distributors, and logistics service providers is a decisive factor in turning cross-border trade potential into real economic value. I hope the Vietnamese government will introduce more policies to support the logistics sector, such as subsidies on fuel costs and reduce import taxes for machinery, equipment, and transport vehicles. This support could reduce logistics costs, ultimately helping businesses using logistics service benefits from more competitive pricing. The conference also serves as an opportunity for Tây Ninh province to showcase its potential and strengths, especially following the recent merger of Long An and Tây Ninh into the new Tây Ninh province. Delegates from both countries affirmed their determination to strengthen bilateral cooperation to practical solutions, from macro policies to specific actions. Leaders from the Ministry of Industry and Trade, the Cambodian Ministry of Commerce, and Tây Ninh province will try to maintain dialogue and take in on feedback to develop correct policies and practical solutions to help businesses from both countries engage more effectively in the coming time. To achieve the goal of reaching $20 billion in bilateral trade with Cambodia by 2030, the Ministry of Industry and Trade has proposed several key solutions. These include synchronizing border gate infrastructure, improving the quality of logistics services, developing markets, and enhancing regional linkage. A key focus is the development of processing industry, trade, and services, laying the foundation for roll-up and promoting sustainable trade between Vietnam and Cambodia. To implement the National Plan for Developing 1 million hectares of high-quality, low-emission rice in the Mekong Delta by 2030, TayNinhTV has launched 13 production models covering nearly 270 hectares. At the provincial level, each model totaling 121 hectares have been implemented, exceeding the original target of 105 hectares. Local communities have also contributed with 5 models covering 141 hectares. These models apply advanced farming techniques, use high-quality rice varieties, and aim to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, improving product value while promoting sustainable and eco-friendly agriculture in Tây Ninh.
To enhance the state management of mineral resources, the province has recently issued the key legal documents to regulate mineral exploitation and uses more effectively. And the province approved the mineral mining auction plan for the construction materials for the period 2021 to 2025, as well as the decision on non-auction zones and starting prices and auction procedures for the first round of mining sites in 2025 have also been announced to ensure the transparency transparency and fairness. As of late of August of 2025, TayNinhTV has 77 valid mining licenses with a total license volume of around 65 million cubic meters of various minerals, and the province's current annual mining capacity is approximately 4.5 million cubic meters.
Futang Border Station is responsible for managing nearly 18 kilometers of the national border across Ninh and Hoa Hoi communes. Since early 2025, the unit has effectively carried out tasks to safeguard border sovereignty and ensure political security and social order in the border area. Border control of 11,600 entries and nearly 11,500 issues via passport. Around 26,000 cross-border movements recorded. For trade activities, total cargo volume through the checkpoint reached nearly 130,000 tons, including 76,600 tons of exports, groceries, agricultural produce, household goods, and 52,100 tons of imported agricultural products. In the fundamentals of 2025, the station continues to enforce strict border protection measures, including patrolling, surveillance posts, and ambush operations to prevent and promptly arrest violations.
Ladies and gentlemen, according to the development plan toward 2030, the TayNinhTV province aims to develop 59 industrial parks and 82 industrial clusters, covering a total area of over 24,300 hectares. Of this, more than 1,000 hectares of cleared land are currently available to receive new investment projects. In alignment with the province direction, infrastructure investors of this industrial zone are actually implementing comprehensive and effective solutions to attract investment, increase occupancy rates, and push the park and cluster into stable operation, contributing significantly to the province's socio-economic development.
Currently, 46 industrial parks have been established in TayNinhTV with a total area of over 14,500 hectares. Of these, 32 parks are ready to receive investment with nearly 9,500 hectares of usable land. The province also has 22 active industrial clusters covering over 1,000 hectares, while 28 small clusters, nearly 1,500 hectares, are under development, completing investment and infrastructure procedures. The current occupancy rate is approximately 72% for industrial parks and 82% for industrial clusters. At Trabin Industrial Park, Total Camille, covering more than 117 hectares, the investment process has consistently received strong support from local authorities. Thanks to efforts from both the park management and local government, the park has attracted nearly 40 secondary businesses, reaching an occupancy rate of over 85% and creating jobs for around 16,000 local workers. In the coming time, the Park Management Board will coordinate with relevant departments to create the most favorable conditions for secondary investors to confidently invest and operate. We will also work with authorities to expedite land clearance procedures for households that have not yet complied with state land recovery policies. This will help attract more secondary investors to Harbin Industrial Park, contributing to both local and provincial economic development. Thiên Lộc Thành Industrial Cluster Mỹ Lệ Camille has a strategic transportation location and is increasingly asserting its role as one of the province's dynamic and efficient investment destinations. In addition to strong local support, the cluster has a major advantage in logistic capacity, with combined land and waterway transport creating outstanding logistical benefits, offering investors significant savings in cost and time. Currently, the cluster has attracted numerous businesses and reached an occupancy rate of over 97%. During operations, businesses here have received strong support from local authorities, which has made investment attraction more favorable. Businesses will continue working hard to implement production and business plans, aiming to further increase occupancy. According to our assessments, the local investment environment is friendly, transparent, safe, and efficient. Accelerating occupancy in industrial parks and clusters is seen as a key mission for TayNinhTV. However, the province emphasizes quality over quantity, not attracting investment indiscriminately, but selectively prioritizing businesses and investors that apply advanced green, clean, and eco-friendly technologies.
TayNinhTV Public Service Center recently organized a cultural historical tour for the members of the TayNinhTV Portrait Club and the Vietnam Portrait Club of Ho Chi Minh City. Delegation visited and offered insights at the notable local heritage sites tied to revolutionary history and cultural life. Highlights include Hiệp Ninh Commune House, a national cultural heritage site from the late of 19th century, showcasing the traditional Southern African culture and intricate food carvings. TayNinhTV Provincial Party Boys of provincial level site linked to the revolutionary hero of Hoàng Lê Kha and Quang Thánh Temple, built over 150 years ago by the fusion Chinese community and symbolizing the unity and cultural harmony. This event held to mark the third anniversary of the TayNinhTV Portrait Club and help promote the historical and cultural value of the local landmarks while supporting the tourism development.
On September 15, at Yellow World TayNinhTV Employment Service Center, in collaboration with TayNinhTV Vocational and Technical Secondary School, held the 2025 Career Fair under the theme Developing Vocational Education, Sustainable Employment. The event welcomed representatives from 14 businesses and over 700 students, job seekers, and young people. Businesses introduced their organizations, working environments, and recruitment needs, while offering on-the-spot application opportunities and career guidance, including interview tips and workplace etiquette. The fair is part of ongoing efforts to connect students with employers, enhance career orientation, and promote school business partnerships. On this occasion, the school also honored 10 outstanding students for their academic excellence and resilience. For the 2024-2025 school year, the school met national standards for vocational education quality assessment.
The Orient dengue fever is currently developing in a complicated manner across many localities. Since early July, the number of cases has peaked, with a significant number of infections occurring in adults. The health sector warns that people must remain vigilant at the risk of a dengue outbreak still long within the community.
Dengue fever was once considered a seasonal disease, but in recent years, it has been circulating year-round. For 2025, the health sector anticipates that dengue fever may enter a crisis of pandemic circle. In Nhiệt Tảo Community of TayNinhTV province, 54 dengue cases and net 39 outbreak clusters have been reported since the beginning of 2025. In response to the complex situation, the local health authorities have implemented a wide range of disease prevention and control measures across on hamlets, and the key focus has been on raising public awareness and launching mosquito larvae elimination campaigns to mobilize the entire community in disease prevention efforts. According to what my family saw on TV, to prevent a dengue fever, we all sleep under the mosquito nest, including the children. And I also put the fairs in our water tanks, and my wife regularly cleans out the flower vases. And currently, dengue vaccines are not yet widely available in the community, and population immunity against circulating dengue virus strains remains low. As a result, dengue cases are likely to continue increasing, and its individuals must protect themselves by following the Health Ministry prevention guidelines. Dengue fever is now very seriously and harmful to the health and both at the provincial and local levels. And since the beginning of the year, cases have increased 5 to 6 times compared to last year. Our station regularly conducts visits to instruct the locals on prevention measures like eliminating mosquito larvae and covering the water containers and cleaning the houses, etc. Whenever an outbreak is reported, we verify the case location and respond to the outbreak within 24 hours to prevent its spread. And previously, the Provincial People's Committee directed the relevant departments and local authorities to strictly monitor and handle disease outbreaks. They have emphasized the close surveillance of dengue fever, especially in the high-risk areas, and required timely containment and thorough treatment of outbreak zones to prevent the widespread transmission. The health sector has strengthened the patient surveillance systems, conducted chemical spraying, and eliminated mosquito breeding grounds, and medical facilities, including the private ones, have been instructed to ensure the proper reception, classification, and timely treatment of observed cases to minimize fatalities. And local authorities have also been tasked with intensifying the public communication about disease progression, symptoms, treatment guidance, and effective prevention methods. And she's organizing outreach and educational campaigns to raise the public awareness and encourage the proactive community participation in dengue prevention. The Provincial People's Committee also mandated the formation of inspection teams in areas with a high case numbers of unresolved outbreaks to detect early signs and intervene promptly to prevent the spread. The proactive efforts of the health sector, then the close cooperation of the local governments, and the self-awareness of the public are the strong suit needed to effectively prevent and control dengue fever during this high-risk period.
And that's all for today, TTV News. Thank you for being with us, and goodbye for now.